What if the aluminum inside your next pickup truck, SUV, or electric vehicle suddenly became the center of a global bidding war? Europe is quietly moving to secure Canada's low-carbon aluminum supply, and the ripple effects could reshape vehicle production, manufacturing costs, and the future of the North American auto industry. Here are 5 major developments that explain why this shift matters, how it could impact automakers on both sides of the Atlantic, and why America's long-standing aluminum advantage may never look the same again. Number 5. Tariffs trigger a race for Canada's aluminum supply. For decades, Canada's aluminum industry and American manufacturing operated in near-perfect sync. Canadian smelters supplied the lightweight metal used in pickup truck frames, engine components, transmission housings, EV battery enclosures, and aerospace structures throughout the United States. Then, trade policies and tariffs began changing the equation. Facing greater uncertainty, Canadian producers started expanding into new export markets, with Europe emerging as a natural destination. European manufacturers have shown growing interest in securing reliable aluminum supplies while offering attractive market opportunities. While the United States remains Canada's largest customer, it is no longer the only major buyer competing for that metal. That growing competition could influence pricing, procurement strategies, and long-term planning for automakers that depend on lightweight materials. But shifting trade flows are only part of the story. Europe isn't simply looking for more aluminum. It's becoming increasingly selective about the aluminum it chooses to buy. Number 4. Europe wants Canada's low-carbon aluminum advantage. Europe isn't just purchasing aluminum. It is prioritizing aluminum produced with a cleaner environmental footprint. That distinction carries enormous weight in today's automotive industry. Much of Canada's primary aluminum is produced using hydroelectric power, particularly in Quebec, giving it a significantly lower carbon footprint than many competing sources around the world. For automakers developing the next generation of electric vehicles, embedded emissions are becoming almost as important as horsepower, range, and performance. Lightweight aluminum already improves efficiency, handling, and acceleration. Producing that aluminum with renewable energy makes it even more attractive as environmental standards continue to tighten. European manufacturers increasingly view Canadian aluminum as a strategic advantage that combines dependable supply, political stability, and sustainability. For companies working to reduce emissions across their supply chains, Canada's hydro-powered smelters represent more than just another commodity source. They offer a long-term solution. And once Europe recognized that environmental advantage, the conversation quickly expanded beyond sustainability and into long-term industrial strategy. Number 3. Europe's industrial expansion is driving long-term demand. Europe's growing appetite for Canadian aluminum extends far beyond today's headlines. It aligns with major investments across transportation, renewable energy, defense, and advanced manufacturing industries that will require massive amounts of lightweight metals for years to come. Modern vehicles depend heavily on aluminum alloys for battery enclosures, suspension systems, structural reinforcements, wheels, crash management components, and thermal control systems. The same material also plays a critical role in aircraft production, rail infrastructure, wind turbines, military equipment, and high-voltage transmission networks. As engineers continue searching for ways to reduce weight and improve efficiency, aluminum remains one of their most valuable materials. This isn't simply about commodity trading. It's about securing the resources that will power future mobility and industrial growth. Europe increasingly appears to view Canada's aluminum not as a short-term purchase, but as a strategic resource essential to maintaining industrial competitiveness throughout the next decade. But aluminum itself is only one part of a much bigger story. Number 2. Canada and Europe are building a strategic resource. Canada's aluminum industry is becoming part of a broader industrial partnership taking shape between Canada and Europe. In recent years, European governments and manufacturers have worked to diversify supply chains following energy disruptions and geopolitical uncertainty. At the same time, Canada has looked beyond its traditional dependence on the US market. That relationship extends beyond aluminum and includes LNG, uranium, hydrogen, critical minerals, potash, and other resources essential to modern industry. Aluminum fits naturally into that strategy because it supports vehicle manufacturing, aerospace, defense, packaging, and electrification. For automotive enthusiasts, it's worth remembering that lighter aluminum components can improve fuel economy, handling, efficiency, and overall performance without sacrificing strength. Europe increasingly sees Canada as a dependable long-term supplier, creating opportunities that stretch well beyond today's market headlines. And that brings us to the biggest question of all. What happens when this growing competition starts directly affecting the vehicles rolling off assembly lines? Number 1. Europe's aluminum push could reshape future vehicle production. Today's vehicles rely on aluminum more than ever before. Automakers use it in body panels, suspension systems, engine components, battery enclosures, crash structures, and wheels to reduce weight while improving efficiency, towing capability, and performance. Whether it's a full-size pickup truck or a next-generation electric vehicle, lightweight engineering has become a major competitive advantage. That's why Europe's growing demand for Canadian aluminum matters. If European buyers continue securing larger volumes of supply, North American manufacturers could face stronger competition when negotiating future contracts. At the same time, Canada is investing in expanded production capacity and advanced smelting technologies designed to increase output while reducing emissions. The companies that secure reliable access to low-carbon aluminum today could gain a meaningful advantage in tomorrow's increasingly competitive automotive market. When you connect all 5 developments, a clear picture begins to emerge. Verdict: Europe's aluminum challenge is reshaping global auto supply chains. The biggest takeaway isn't that Canada is turning away from the United States. North America's automotive supply chain remains deeply interconnected, and the US continues to be Canada's largest aluminum customer. What's changing is that Europe is becoming a much more significant competitor for the same strategic resource. As manufacturers pursue lighter vehicles, cleaner production methods, and more resilient supply chains, Canadian aluminum is evolving from a simple commodity into a strategic asset that could influence sourcing decisions, production costs, and even the design of future gasoline-powered, hybrid, and electric vehicles. Do you think Europe will remain a major long-term buyer of Canadian aluminum? Should North America invest more aggressively in expanding its own aluminum production capacity? And could growing global competition for lightweight metals eventually increase the price of your next vehicle? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe and turn on notifications for more updates on the automotive industry, engineering breakthroughs, manufacturing trends, and the technologies shaping the future of transportation. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.